with my face. I was just complaining about where's the button. All right, where's the stream? Oh, we're live. How nice.
It worked.
There we are. Okay. We appear to be live on the internet. Okay. Let's do the things and the stuff. Trick or treat, away. That being said, if you're wanting to do some trick or treating, I'm going to get somebody else on. I will get an alternate character in which to get more badges. I will get Totally Not Cable on, who I have been playing.
I've been reading a lot of actual Cable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I am well into the 90s in my X journey now.
Well, that's cool.
Not well into the 90s. It's 91.
So, did you read is that the 2-part, like, Cable? Or you just, Cable has shown up? Or you specifically have read?
Yeah, just...
Okay.
Yeah, Cable's there. It's New Mutants are gone. Okay. Everyone hated them, I guess.
Did
so
they?
The series was canceled. I don't know. For some reason, New Mutants ended in issue 100.
I think
everybody got written out. Daniel Moonstar went to go live in Asgard.
Yeah. Who, like, was Cannonball the only... Well, Cannonball. Sunspot shows back up.
Out of, like, the original New Mutants, I think Cannonball is the only one.
Yeah. Okay, so you're reading issues of people flying through tinted voids?
Yes. It is.
Various.
It was a journey. X-Force is a journey.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Because I have realized that people have dunked on Rob Liefeld plenty. Pretty deservedly, I guess.
Okay.
So I don't necessarily want to dogpile, but it really is kind of like you're looking at things and like if you're just reading the comic and just, looking at the panels and moving on, okay, it's fine, it's whatever. But God forbid you actually stop and examine a panel and start looking at it, because then it turns into like an AI image.
Ooh, oh Lord.
Where you start noticing more and more things that aren't right.
Huh.
It's kind of fascinating, actually.
Is he Robot Liefeld?
I don't know. He's channeling something. I'm not sure what it is.
Huh. I just have this image of Cable side jumping and twin pew-pewing, or like that's what I see in my head.
Yeah, it's one of Liefeld's favorite poses, is like they're like jumping off to the side.
Yes.
Like their legs are parallel, but their torso is twisted all the way around like 90 degrees.
Okay. Yeah.
On the ground, which looks uncomfortable and possibly fatal. But he draws it all the time. I think I've seen every character do it.
Yeah.
At this point.
I'm determining if there's any trick or treat going on. There might not be in Callisti, but where are you at in X-Force? Like,
I'm still in the single digits.
So you fought. So they fought the Brotherhood, and
that's just started.
That just started. Okay.
That has just started. So like they've gone and they've got Sauron.
Okay.
Blob and Toad.
Okay. And you, like, Feral and Thorn shows up?
Feral is there.
Thorn is her sister.
Haven't seen her yet.
Okay, they look identical except for one of them's kind of like a lighter shade of brown. She looks a lot like Wolfsbane.
I was gonna say Wolfsbane can no longer appear for some reason. So
Because she's in X Factor. She's in a better book.
yeah, she moves on to which that was an interesting experience because I got to the point there where Peter David has taken over for X Factor.
Because he's a way better writer.
By like an order of magnitude. Like when I go and I read X Force and then read X Factor, it's absolutely night and day.
Yeah. It is. Yes.
Yeah, X Force is not a well-written comic.
What are you talking about? It's not a well-drawn comic either, but I liked it when I was preteen.
So did I. I had all these issues that I'm reading now.
Oh, now okay.
I'm like, what a little dumbass you were.
It has tween-age boy energy.
It really, really does. Oh yeah, like to the point where like you'll have Cable saying something like, "Let's go kick some butt," and I'm like, really? Is that how Cable talks?
Yes, bub.
What?
There is no trick or treating going on here.
Apparently not. So
there is.
Never mind.
There's okay.
It's a dead zone.
It is a dead zone. You want to try to do the task force?
May as well.
All right. Well, I will figure out. I'll log this guy off. I'll get loots on, or I'll just take that. Yeah, there's like 2 people here, but by the end of this, you're going to have read all the X-Men comics, like all the X-Men main, the adjacent, the just everything.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay.
But I read Chris Claremont's last comic.
280? 280?
Well, actually, I guess it's either that or it's X-Men number 3.
Oh, I'm thinking Uncanny 280.
Or yeah, that was the last one he wrote for Uncanny.
Okay.
But the last X-Men period he wrote was X-Men number 3. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Because there was a whole big Chris Claremont's leaving.
Yeah. Okay.
And Magneto has to put his villain hat back on.
Okay, so where are you at in Uncanny?
Oh gosh.
Have you made it to issue 300?
No, not yet.
Okay. Because when you hit 300, I will want to know your assessment of Magneto.
Okay.
Because I know... Because Uncanny X-Men 300 was my, like, first Uncanny X-Men comic. And at the time, I did not, like, think of it in the terms that I think of it now. Because there is a change to the Master of Magnetism.
Okay.
Also, are you a Midnighter with this character? Because if you can't get in the Midnight Club, then we're going to have to come up with a different option.
I think I can.
Okay.
I choose to believe that I can.
Okay. I will... Alright.
No, I guess I'll find out.
Okay. Well, I will meet you in the past. Or I'll meet you at the door of the Midnight Club.
Where is that?
Go to Cap.
All right.
Oh, I need to get you on the team. That would help. That's a league. Here's a super group. All right. I invite you to team. And all right. I'll go ahead and sure. I'll crank it up. Okay. Anything jumping out at you other than like Rob Liefeld is bad at writing and drawing, and Peter David is a good writer.
Peter David is a good writer. Man can write a comic book.
Yeah, he did Hulk for an age. He was the Chris Claremont of Hulk.
He's also a really prolific like tie-in novelist for like movies and TV shows.
Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar. And I just walked off.
Nightclub.
If you can get in here, we can do this. Why does this? I am a shady rogue. Just leave me be. Where are you at? Oh, you're in the club. So you got in the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
They let me in.
Okay. Do you know how to do you know how to get back to the past?
Maybe.
Okay. There's a big crystal, and you click on that, and you will go to the past. Have you read the? No, you're probably not there yet. There's a psychiatry issue with Doc Samson. That over this way. I'm behind you. Come over here and touch the crystal. This thing right here.
This crystal.
That crystal.
Okay.
Okay. And you get to go back in time. Okay.
I've done this before, but I'll be damned if I can remember anything.
Okay. So we're gonna go up here, and we're going to test your toughness. And I'm gonna have to talk to people and talk to you. All right. Because there are people who are doing a speedy ITF, and I don't want to do that because that's bullshit.
Speed running it, basically.
I don't want to speed run it. So yeah.
I don't care for that.
Okay. Yeah. Jess hates that too because it's difficult for her to navigate the 3-dimensional space, and like, you know, if you don't have invisibility or any kind of form of stealth or anything like that, it's just like it's more trouble than it's worth. All right, what do I need to do? So we are going to kill most ITF, looking for 6 more. We're just going to look for a team. We're just gonna have dueling broadcasts. All right, where's the looking for group? All right. I mean, we can just stand here for a minute or two. All right. At what point in time? All right, I got somebody. When are you going to start reading Excalibur?
Oh gosh, that's the one I've punted on.
Okay.
Because I feel like I was already overloaded with mutant titles. But yeah, they shunted some characters I like off to Excalibur. It kind of annoys me. But
yeah, Nightcrawler and Kitty and oh crap. I'm trying to do multiple things at once.
So I don't know. Maybe I should, but and I know it starts getting factored into the big crossovers.
Yeah, Fatal Attractions.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe.
Jess decided to text me now.
Of course.
Okay, like, and as I invite to team. Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, Squid. If you want in, Squid, let me know. If you are able to play. All right. We need 3 more. Wow, unable at the moment. Okay, all right, no worries. 1 moment. We need 3. All right, so all right. Excalibur was really just weird and British until it got rolled into kind of like the X-Men proper. Like, I don't
Paramount
know.
was writing that too for a while, right?
Yes.
Because that's why he had to give up New Mutants.
Okay. 2, 4, 6. We need 2 more. Invite, please. I invite you to team. We need 1 more. See, this is what I was talking about. This. Looking for 1. Who wants to be? Who gets your golden ticket, people? Okay. Bronze Beast. Well, you look cool. All right. I invite to team. Are we ready? I have to like stop myself from just being like, watch the stream, like to just proselytize, like Twitch proselytize to this captive audience. Okay. I got 1 ready. Okay. All right, I'm hitting the button. I agree to form the thingy bob. All right. Leave. All right. So this is pretty contained. Everything is in the past. You pretty much get on this boat or a couple other places. People usually will do like some team teleports and so forth.
Okay.
follow the herd. And fight the totally not Romans. Also, if you do your moment of glory thing, when you run out of endurance, I can get you back.
Oh, okay.
I have a give endurance ability. Because I also have like one of those like moment of glory things. And, you know, I don't like when my pants drop down and I don't have any endurance.
Yeah, I hate that.
I feel like I kind of maybe made the wrong decision in that, because most people choose like the barrier, the big like shield thing, but I just wanted to do something different.
No.
I wanted to do some experimenting. So, is this the first time you've done this?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Good Lord. This is Jess's favorite thing to do, definitely. And I also very much enjoy it. It's madness. Eventually Cyclopses and Minotaur start showing up, and just, yeah. So, yeah, good times. I did one of these yesterday, and there were like 3 masterminds on the team. It was just fucking ridiculous. With.
I got my fortune red, and it has given me a temporary power that gives me a minus to hit. So.
Was that fortune called "fuck you"?
It's the Fool, so close.
Okay. All right. Good times.
Make some concentrated fire on them.
Do you have any other like X-Men related news in the X-Men report this week?
I don't want to go on about too long, but I will say that Claremont's, I guess, his last 3 issues, for the first 3 issues of X-Men, I can really tell that his enthusiasm is gone.
Because his plan got discontinuity. Well, not discontinuity. I mean, you know, it all happened, but the plan got detoured.
Yeah. And I could tell he just wasn't as excited, you know, about writing Jim Lee's plots.
Yeah, like
about writing his own plots, which I get.
I do really recommend there's a documentary where he talks about like writing X-Men and so forth, and I really do recommend it. And he comes off as a smart guy, and I would imagine, you know, based on, you know, what I've read of X-Men as an adult, and, you know, there was quite a bit of care and craftsmanship, and more words used, and I would imagine that the 90s is the decade where they start subtracting the amount of words used, if I have to.
Yeah, that is very apparent in X-Force.
Okay.
Very apparent.
Well, you get a lot done with font.
Drawn in massive letters across the entire page.
Font.
Oh yeah.
All right, we have people dying, yo. Oh God. Holy shit. Also, you know, as an X-Men tangent, but also related to this, every time they scream, it makes me think that Colossus is doing his power up.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder if that was actually intended that way.
That wouldn't surprise me.
because of the Cray juggernauts that
Yeah.
really reminded me of the Juggernaut from that one and only representation of the Unstoppable Juggernaut. Oh, that is probably very true, Squid. That Imagine Claremont was probably years ahead in his outline for Uncanny, and there was probably a lot left on the cutting room floor, or the trash can now, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, and that would, honestly, that would piss me off.
Oh, for sure.
Because he had a big hand in making the X-Men what they are. So that's just.
I mean, yeah, the biggest hand.
Yes, and then Foont.
And that's all Foonts all the time.
Send more Foonts.
Send more Foont guns. Yeah, there's also the point where, once X-Force starts, then all of a sudden, like, Cable has, like, guns from the future.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, can teleport. That just totally comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. God, I kind of want to go back and read this, because this is exactly the kind of stuff like Cable they're trying to figure out what's the sweet spot for Cable. Like, green-eyed, green energy Gambit, original recipe Gambit, that kind of stuff, or like Nightcrawler, being invisible in darkness.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And then you have somebody who was probably like, fuck it, we'll do it live, whatever. Outline, why do I do that? I draw pictures. So, yeah. I can only...
like suddenly he's got telekinetic powers.
Okay, yeah. He has a new ability every issue, and honestly, it reminds me, because I've read Prophet more recently than old issues of like X-Force, and Prophet is totally his recycled Cable character.
What, recycling characters? He wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's just his version of Cable. Hold on a second. My daughters are losing their mind. Oh, one moment.
Okay.
Girls, y'all gonna lose. Y'all gonna lose. Be quiet. Sorry, I had to play cop for a moment. But not a future space cop or whatever, like Cable, whatever. Conan.
Whatever Cable is, I don't know.
My last estimation of Cable was he's Conan and Rambo from the future. The thing is, like, I really like Cable. I really do. He was one of my favorite characters when I had much higher levels of adolescent boy energy.
Yeah.
I mean, I made a parody character of him. That's how much I love a character, when I make a parody.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm only taking a little bit of the piss. Oh, Lord.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no, now I'm gonna die. I better jump back and kiss myself. I'm tanking. I can't see myself. All the Roman colossuses are just... This is a bit of a mess.
A little bit.
They have a cave troll. Well, we're not clearing this with no deaths, that's for shit sure. I'm gonna have to tag in some more people. We got a fucking team wipe. What the fuck? I tagged in the fucking circus. Me and the... Oh, this lady, come on. I think the lady's on you. We'll be okay. Oh god. Elude makes me stupid fast. To the point of absurdity, and kind of to the point where it's hard to play.
Yeah.
Like I have to turn run off, and I'm still ridiculously fast.
People aren't quite precise enough.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I lost all my toggles. And I'm better now. I want a foont sound effect.
Seems mandatory.
Yes. Alright, this guy. Alright, have you depleted your X-Men commentary?
Yeah, it's enough for now.
Okay. I do very much enjoy the memory lane of my X-Men adolescence experience.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
To think I still have decades to go.
You still have decades to go.
Yeah.
God, you can. All right. Somebody is teleporting apparently. Okay, this one has big crystals that explode. It
I am being punched to death by a minotaur.
go in the cave. You'll get better. God, I'm so fast. Oh, I still got my my sexy clown lady.
We're in the team now.
Yep. Jess made Lutz's wife. It's funny.
been waiting for it to appear.
Yeah. Oh god, I forgot. I think it's Loretta. Loretta the Goblin.
Loretta, that's pretty good.
Yeah. She's just got like a cigarette dangling out of her mouth. She looks like a put upon goblin mom. She's got the staff fighting, and she just got a great big like lead pipe that she uses like she's Gambit. It's ridiculous.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Is there a crystal? I'm going to try not to get blowed up by the crystal. Did it already get blowed up?
I saw a crystal explode.
Okay, that's good. Also, when we blow up the crystals, more Romans show up. Basically, at any point in time in the game, more Romans will just show up. Yes. More beefy lads will scream at you. I cannot not think of X-Men when he screams now. Well, somebody got an Armagugadon.
Just running back and forth, Centurion.
You want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Rob Zombie in the room?
Sounds good.
You ready?
Ready to hear your thoughts on Rob Zombie's interpretation of Halloween.
Oh God. Okay, so
The remake nobody asked for.
well, I think the studio asked for it.
They sure did. We were going to get it whether we liked it or not.
Okay, so I'm watching about a horror movie a day, for the most part, and I'm going through a Rob Zombie phase, or I was like, I'm going to give Rob Zombie a chance, and so they had. I think they pretty much got all of his movies on Shudder right now. And so I'm like, okay. You had mentioned we got in a little bit of a Rob Zombie talk on a previous stream, and I was like, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to watch the Halloween remakes, and I hated the first one.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I put the kids to bed. Me and Jess put the kids to bed one night, and I was just sitting on the couch watching, and Jess was in her room doing some Marvel Puzzle Quest adventures, and she just hears screaming, like just constant screaming.
Yeah.
And she was like, what the heck are you watching? And my answer was a mess.
Yeah.
And I'm not somebody that would complain about like shaky cam, like the kind of like frantic, like Born Identity shakiness, or they did that in like some of the more recent, or I guess maybe not more recent, but like the 2010s, like the early Daniel Craig James Bond. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. Quantum of Solace was pretty infamous and reviled for shaky cam, and that might have been one of the things that did it in.
Okay.
Because people just stopped doing it.
there's shaky cam, and then there's putting the camera on top of like an unaligned washing machine.
Yeah.
Or handing it to somebody who is on one of those 1950s belly shaking devices.
Like Boss Hog used in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes.
Yeah.
This movie is filmed by Boss Hog.
Yeah, where the camera is completely out of control.
Yeah, it's just
But not in a fun way.
Yeah, it's just madness. To the point where it's minimizing it, saying it's distracting. Like that somehow isn't getting the point across. So it is like,
yeah, it becomes impossible to ignore.
and it's like it. And I just thought of this. It's like, and I don't mean this to be like ableist or like, you know, half the house has ADHD here. But it's like, it's this kind of like overstimulation kind of thing. Like, does Rob Zombie have ADHD? Like it just this over like just an insane, like out of like just the screaming and the shaking, and then and I know some of it is like an artistic like choice. Because, you know, it's screaming and shaking, and then stillness. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you for letting me off this ride. I was about to be sick.
Yeah.
And to the point where, like, I paused it, rewind, and I was like, Jess, come here. Like, just come here, just for a second. And she was like, fuck this. Oh God.
Yeah, it becomes, not just distracting, but like it becomes impossible to ignore. Like it almost becomes like the point.
Yeah.
Which, does make you wonder. I don't know who the cinematographer was. I feel like you have a duty to your art form at some point to tell the director, hey, nah.
Like just dude. Like this is just so.
It's gonna make the movie look bad, man.
And it. It. So I hated the first movie. I hate. Like I feel like I'm gonna like. Was it Ebert? Like I hated your movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an unpleasant movie in more ways than one.
And I'm not that big of a fan of the original movie. Isn't shaky cam a thing for J.J. Abrams? No, that's the lens flare. That's the light.
Oh yeah, he was the lens flare guy.
Yeah, he's the
artificial lens flare.
Yes.
That they added digitally.
Yeah. That is always there. But like, I am starting to develop like an understanding of Rob Zombie, like what he likes or what I think he likes. And it's just, I started doing this compare and contrast between Rob Zombie and Mike Flanagan. And I do want to talk about Mike Flanagan, but like, put a pin in that. Like I'm kind of working up to that they are just like they're both horror directors. They both love horror, but one likes the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the other one loves Stephen King.
Yeah.
And they're both directors and writers, and they put their wives in everything they do. So I appreciate that they're supportive partners to the women they love. And honestly, I think that I think Sherry Moon Zombie is a better actress than he is the director.
I mean,
yeah,
you're probably right about that.
But like, she's not bad. She does get like bad parts in his movies, but like,
but yeah.
But I don't think she's bad.
Yeah, she usually goes for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't have any particular bad feelings towards her as an actor. And and if he wants to put his wife in all his movies, that's fine.
There you go. I mean, it's not the worst form of like nepotism and so forth.
Right.
She was not good as Lily Munster, but that entire movie was just really fucking bad.
It might have been a case where, what do you do with the material? You have to have that Nicolas Cage power to be able to have bad material and work with it. Well, I just got obliterated.
Well, I guess I'm tanking.
I was fine, and then I woke up dead.
I don't like Rob Zombie's sense of humor.
No.
Like, he has like almost a Generation X anti-humor.
Mm-hmm.
Or like an abrasive, like if the insult comic was also like an incel.
Yeah, it's kind of
like purposely being abrasive.
Yeah, it's like a grungy edgelord.
Yes, proto edgelord.
Yeah.
But like,
you could maybe say there's something kind of punk about it, but
okay.
But like dumpster punk.
Yeah, and like something on the humor in the second movie, which I liked better.
It is a better movie.
It's a better movie.
That's the correct one.
But on the note of the humor, the movie had a transphobic joke, and it told it twice. And it made me think that the writer of said joke thought he was being more clever than what was actually going on. And also made me think, oh yeah, representation really matters. It really does. And at this particular point in time, 20 years ago, the only trans characters in horror were Frankfurter and Buffalo Bill.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. In some other cases where you have kind of a trans-ish element, like, was it Dressed to Kill, Brian De Palma's?
Oh.
Dressed to Kill kind of has that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where the plot is just transphobic.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's hard to ignore.
I mean, the Queen Turf of England was basically quoting that particular movie, if I'm not mistaken, on Twitter before she left.
Before the black mold in her castle.
Allegedly.
He's now one with the mold.
Is that how The Last of Us starts?
There's no Joanna, there's only mold.
Alright, come on. Ooh. There went my juice. I
find, like, for the first Rob Zombie Halloween, I find that entire, like, first part, the opening, I find it just so, like, grotesque.
yes.
And it's kind of like the kind of Rob Zombie, like, shrieking rednecks
Yes.
just saying foul things to each other.
Yes. And calling the kid the F slur and just and not really knowing what to do with Michael Myers. So just piling on reasons for him to be a psycho killer, but also kind of doing it bad. And where
so wild, because I mean, we got really all we needed to know about Michael Myers in the original, and then as Dr. Loomis would tell us repeatedly, he's evil.
Bad psychiatrist Loomis.
Yeah.
He's the psychiatrist of the Vatican later, Squid.
But it's part of that simplicity.
Yes.
Is kind of what makes that work and why it's so interesting. And then when you start layering on reasons, it's like, well, or he's got some Freudian excuse.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it was, and it comes to like this: is Rob Zombie saying that he became a psycho killer just because his mom was a stripper?
Right.
Because she wasn't, like, she was actually a fairly supportive parent. I mean, she wasn't paying attention that he was harming animals and a little defensive about that, but she's too busy cooking, cleaning, and getting manhandled by, what is his name? Forsyth? William Forsyth?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Like, belligerent, middle-aged man baby in a bad wig.
Yeah, it looks terrible and ridiculous.
Are you a character actor? Were you in horror movies? Will you wear a bad wig? Everybody had a fucking bad wig. You got Malcolm McDowell, you got Clint Howard. Like, at least Udo Kier, when he was in it for 5 seconds, he had his actual hair.
Maybe that's contractually obligated.
Like, I just hear Udo Kier's like, don't fuck with my hair. I look for virgins.
Yeah. Is Brad Dourif only in the second one?
He's in both of them, but he was not in a bad wig. I think that was actually like his hair.
Yeah.
Yes, as you put, the highlight of the second movie, honestly, Brad Dourif. Like,
yeah, the guy shows up for whatever and he puts in the work. Doesn't matter what it is.
He did it.
Showed up for that movie and he put in the work.
And I actually did like Malcolm McDowell. I did like him. I actually liked I liked Rob Zombie's take on Loomis.
Yeah, it was different. Even
though I did not know what fucking decade this movie took place in.
Yeah.
It was fucking distracting.
Yeah.
Okay, you felt that too.
Oh yeah, because it's that kind of aesthetic, like over, I don't know, comprehensibility.
Yeah, I did not know if it was the 70s, 80s, 90s, or whatever. I just didn't know.
And there's really no way to know.
Because they did not fully commit to grunge. You would fucking think that, the dude who really started making his mark on music during the 90s would be like, we're just going to go all in that. But no, we got like Nights in White Satin.
Yeah.
Like, just the music sucked. Again, a musician with shitty like, it was just there was nothing interesting with the music. Like, they just particularly in the first movie, they just reused the John Carpenter theme.
Yeah.
And I felt like that could have been like, I mean, at least give us like a 90s White Zombie remixed version. Throw some I'm Your Boogeyman in there too. I don't know. Like, if you're going to be silly and, gonzo about it, just go all out.
Yeah, go all out. Yeah. And that is kind of generally one of the problems with these movies is they're so like movie coded.
Huh.
Like, for lack of a better word. Like
it's not
like
dream light, it's not dream coded, it's movie coded.
Yeah. And it's, not quite the same as being like referential. But I mean, yeah, in a lot of ways, like it's visually referential, sonically referential to, other movies.
All the cameos that don't matter.
Yeah, and it makes it kind of a movie made out of other movie parts in a way, or a movie about
movie loaf, if you will.
Like kind of a movie loaf. Yeah, that's very interested in these aesthetics.
With extra Margot Kidder. She's only in one fucking scene.
Yeah, but
watch her in Black Christmas. That's a much better.
She's really good in that.
Yes.
Like, she's clearly having fun.
Also, that movie had things to say.
Yeah. The man who gave us Christmas Story.
That's so crazy.
It's wild. It's like George Miller doing Happy Feet for like a decade. And then, like, I guess I'll make a Mad Max movie. And then just clobbers it.
He did Babe, too.
Yeah, Babe. Yeah. They did kids' movies exclusively for a while.
I'm ejecting.
But yeah, Rob Zombie loves movies. He loves horror movies. But that does kind of end up just making his movies kind of melanges of horror movies.
Yeah.
As opposed to, necessarily movies in their own right, if that makes any sense.
Okay, to piggyback on that, I have a comment. But finish your thought, please.
Okay. Like, a contrast to that would be like Quentin Tarantino, right? Who also loves old movies and loves things about the past.
Yes.
But even when he's doing something that's kind of like a pastiche,
yeah,
or even something like Pulp Fiction, that's also one of those when does this take place movies.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't thought about that because I tie it so much to the 90s.
Right. But, there's stuff in there that's like 50s, there's stuff in there that's 70s, right? But it's just kind of a better synthesis.
Yeah, I mean, Samuel L. Jackson looks kind of out of time based on his haircut and so forth.
He's got his Jerry curl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's another thing that, again, it's very much a movie, and it's not meant to represent or evoke reality. But
yeah, it's not supposed to be real.
Yeah.
And oh god, that
reality.
That makes a lot of sense. Jesus Christ, I'm so fast. But because I think that is the opposite or a different school, like Stephen King or Mike Flanagan. They put real people in fucked up situations. Like they haven't, like, there is a character, a human being fighting a demon clown or a rabid dog, and
regular people with, in general, regular problems and concerns,
reacting like regular people, not just screaming.
Right.
It's like, Rob, are you okay? Like,
That's kind of one of the things, and it's like it with any movie. You know, if you've got good characters, right, then almost anything can be carried,
Yeah, yeah,
no matter how ridiculous.
yeah. With the talent behind, you know, you're gonna give a shit about Jubilee. You're gonna give a shit about like whatever D-list X-Men character.
Yeah.
That's why that's why you notice the huge difference between quality.
Mm.
But while I was watching, it made me think, you got Jason Voorhees in my Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And also in the second one with like it made where the first 20 minutes is a dream. Oh, you got Nightmare on Elm Street in here too.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's like it's kind of, yeah, evoking other movies.
It's medley. It's not its own thing. And and everybody's from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like long-haired, grungy, you know, hill people.
Yeah, and really running with that, like, you know, the final sequence in Texas Chainsaw Massacre where it is just a bunch of screaming. Right.
Okay. Yes. Oh, I don't like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I mean, I do, but I get it. Like that end part is like, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because it is just a lot of screaming and weird, kind of gross people.
Yeah. But like, oh god, I've lost my train of thought. But oh yeah, and they're like in the Nothing But Trouble house.
Yeah.
Like the house that's just, they're just punching through these pieces of the house, and it's just like this house would have been demolished decades ago, but you don't know if it was like 20 years ago or, well, you know that between the, you know, that it's been like 17 years, but it seems like it's been 70 years because, you know, Michael Myers is just punching the house apart.
Yeah.
Because he's Jason Voorhees, not Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is a stalker, not a brute.
Yeah, that's, there you go.
There you go. To tie it to the game, I'm just saying. Jason Voorhees is a brute.
Yeah, you just kick the door in.
Yes. Or that's not even kick the door. It's like explode the door.
Explode the door into splinters. Man.
Yeah. Oh God, just what else? I know
we watched a movie the other night. It's pretty new, In a Violent Nature.
I've not even heard of it.
It's on Shudder right now. It has a pretty interesting conceit.
Okay.
It's basically a slasher movie that mostly just follows the slasher.
Huh.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I mean, it's got a lot of, you know, gore effects in it.
Okay.
They're pretty well done. And it has interesting pacing.
Okay. I like a well-paced movie, not a movie that's 2 hours long and just screams and shakes the entire time.
Yeah, it's often a very quiet movie.
Okay, that's yes, that's
yeah. Yeah, it was interesting.
okay. So would recommend.
I would recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like one of those, like you could tell maybe they kind of wanted, or, you know, in a perfect world they would make a Friday the 13th movie.
Huh. Okay.
It's possible, and they kind of took that idea and were like, well, what if, you know, the plot of the movie that normally you'd follow this group of people, right? What if that were actually just the background of the movie? And you
Okay.
spend most of your time with the killer.
That's interesting.
And yeah, it was interesting. It had interesting results.
Because that's, you know, that's a different take.
Yeah.
And actually doing like your homage better, like, you know, actually making something different.
Yeah.
Why are my people not
Yeah,
attacking?
while still making the thing, you know, still
But yeah,
making
you're
it
basically, yeah, you're making the thing, but
yeah, you're not deconstructing it or doing anything crazy with it. You're making a straight slasher movie, just you've changed the perspective.
yeah.
And now the stuff you learn about the plot all comes from basically overhearing characters talking about it.
Huh. What's it called again?
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature. Okay. Is it... Okay. Is it a recent thing, or has it been on there a while?
I don't know how long it's been on Shudder. It is a fairly new movie.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it was in theaters not that long ago.
Okay.
Some theaters, you know.
Yeah. Horror is got a lot. It's dense. There's horror movies coming out like every week.
It's one of the few genres left where, like, if you're a filmmaker, you can really kind of go for it.
Yeah.
And do stuff that you might not be allowed to get away with in a higher budget
Yeah.
picture. Studios just assume a horror movie is going to make money.
Yeah.
And that gives you a lot of safety if you're a director, and I think you can do some things
Okay.
that otherwise you might not be able to. We watched Long Legs.
I've been thinking about that mostly for the Nicolas Cage factor.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Okay.
It's also an unusual movie, but you know I like it. I like the stuff that Michael Perkins has done.
Okay. I feel like Nicolas Cage is in a new movie every week. It's the Nicolas Cage assance.
Oh yeah, he's working.
Yep.
Like Long Legs was the first, I think the first live action movie he's been in that grossed $20 million in its opening weekend since like the second Ghost Rider movie.
Oh, dude.
Which is kind of wild to think about. But
Wow.
yeah, he's kind of having his moment. He's having his moment.
Okay. Well, good for him.
The world has come back around.
I'm the shaman of acting.
Yes. and that's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, we finally watched Color Out of Space.
Ooh.
Which I like that quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. It goes there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good adaptation too, all things considered.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. Was he doing a Trump impersonation?
Oh.
Nicolas Cage, when he starts being his own like dad, like I felt like that his dad was coming through him when he was going kind of nuts, and he starts getting a little nasally.
He does,
and he's like, "I'm the man of the house," and that kind of stuff.
I got too distracted.
Oh God!
Thinking about Cage.
I gotta
you might be on something there.
I gotta jump back and kiss myself.
Yeah, everyone's had that moment where, you know, everyone was like, "Oh, Nicolas Cage is a good actor, right?" And everyone's like, "Oh no, I think he's a bad actor." Then we came back around to, no, he's a great actor.
I mean, look, he
might be one of the best we've got.
Every actor gives bad performances.
Yeah.
And some things hit, some things don't hit. It's an average. It's not like, you know, this person is the best. They have a really good average. It's not like Highlander rules. There can only be 10 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So. I think the only way that he would get more recognition if he time travels and goes to the silent era, because he's incredibly expressive with his face, and you know, I think he could have taken like Max Schreck's spot in Nosferatu or whatever. But oddly enough, when he played Dracula, it wasn't that good.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Renfield.
Renfield. Yes, I watched that with Jess, and it needed to pick a lane.
It does make me think of, what was that knockoff Five Nights at Freddy's movie he was in?
3 Days in Jim Bob's. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Wally's Wonderland.
That sounds correct.
But apparently, that's a movie where he says very little.
Like he's like the janitor, and he like just mops, right?
Yeah, he drinks a lot of energy drinks, I think.
Okay.
Then fights animatronics.
Sounds right.
But he apparently doesn't have a lot of lines, so it kind of made me think, it's almost kind of a silent performance. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But it does make me wonder. You know, he's a guy, he gives the energy to the movie that the energy needs. What the movie needs. Whatever energy it needs, he delivers it. And it may not be...
It may not be what you want, but it is what you need.
Yeah, but it's what the movie needs. So even something like Wicker Man, he gives that movie exactly the energy that it needs. Right? Because that movie has got no energy of its own. So he has to bring it.
Yeah.
He has to try to power the entire movie by himself. And the results are catastrophic.
How'd it get burned?
You can't just let that man loose.
Because he will power your entire movie.
He will. He'll burn it out from the inside. When the spirits of acting, or whatever it is, when the shamanic force moves, your movie might be completely destroyed.
Oh, God.
And I'm a Cage booster. I'm on Team Cage.
A movie that I really recommend, I think it was on Shudder. I've seen it before, but I watched it again right after it was right after or right before. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, jump off and go follow the herd.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't look down enough.
Yeah, there's the big jump. We're now in Nazi robot land. You can just bring the herd with you, whatever you got on you. But I watched Hush.
Okay, I've been meaning to watch that.
I very much recommend. I think that was Mike Flanagan's like first like movie that got him on the map.
Yeah.
And it's about a deaf mute woman who is getting terrorized by a home invader in the middle of like the woods.
Okay.
And it is a movie that I was like, I don't know about this, but it's a really good movie. And what you were talking about, like with silence and so forth, it's a very quiet movie because the main character does not talk.
Yeah.
And it comes into play in a very a very inclusive, interesting way. So I guess that maybe means the movie is woke. I don't know. Although, what is her name? Kate Siegel. She is not actually deaf, but also very talented. And you know, her husband puts her in everything that he does. So
yep. Getting hard to find something.
So very much recommend that. Like, and there's even some kind of like world building. Oh, we're all gonna die. There's some world building because it like the author, the main character is an author, and she wrote Midnight Mass.
Oh, okay.
So there's some kind of references to that too.
Yeah.
In a nice kind of like, you know, Stephen King world building way.
Then we watched another one of the early movies. I'll have to look up what the title was because I can't remember. But we really liked it. I'll look it up here in a minute.
Okay.
Mission complete. Goodbye.
Yes. I have to call Roman statesman. I think this is the last mission. Oh, I didn't get the teleport. There we go. Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah, Absentia.
I feel like I've... What's the gist of it?
Kind of hard to say maybe without.
Or am I just thinking of the Ghost song?
Absentia's got it's definitely got kind of a cosmic horror kind of thing going on. Here's synopsis. A woman and her sister begin to link a mysterious tunnel to a series of disappearances, including her husband. Yeah, it was like her husband's missing.
Okay.
Beginning of the movie, and it has to do with this tunnel near her house.
I don't think I've... No, okay. I don't think I have seen or heard anything about this.
Yeah, we really liked it.
Okay. I've been watching like Shudder originals, and just I feel like have you seen the Babadook?
Yeah.
Okay, the Babadook School of Horror. I don't know.
They started calling elevated horror. As if they just invented it.
Yeah, but like usually involving like trauma, like maybe like emotional horror, like your Babadook horror.
Yeah.
There's a From
Or
Black.
sometimes the thing is a metaphor.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Smile, if you haven't seen Smile.
Yes, I did watch Smile. I liked it.
I liked it alright. I didn't love it, but, you know.
It
yeah. Worked. It had some authentically creepy shit.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. From Black, I recommend it, but the audio quality is dog shit.
Is that, I may have seen it. Is that about a woman with a dead son?
Missing.
Okay, missing. Okay. That one's interesting.
Yes.
Because there is a movie that has almost the exact same plot called The Dark Song.
Yes, yeah. I didn't realize that at the time I watched it.
Yeah, because we were watching it and I was like, this movie seems really familiar. Have I seen it?
Yeah.
And like partway through, I was like, oh no, wait, I've seen A Dark Song.
Yeah.
And the plot is almost exactly the same. Dark Song is a very different movie though, which if you haven't seen it, I would recommend it.
Okay, yeah, I've got it in the queue. I've got a Cyclops on me.
It's one of them slow movies.
Okay. Is that like the British version of it?
I don't think so. I think it's American. Could be Canadian.
Okay.
You never know these days. Those sneaky Canadians.
I do.
They're supposed to entirely in one house with two characters.
I mean, that's basically from Black also.
Yeah, it's like strip out all the other characters. And you've kind of got it.
Okay.
But I do recommend Dark Song.
All right. I think I'm tanking. You better hit them shits.
I'm here mashing it. Activate, goddammit.
Everybody's just screaming and beating their chest.
Throwing rocks at me. Big rocks.
We're just having a good old-fashioned, like, beat-down fight. We just need some snaked and funked and, I don't know, whatever sound Gambit made when he threw a card.
Yeah, what's that? Is that like a wang or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the screaming. Oh, something I wanted to bring up on the horror and comic book angle. Did you realize that they made another Hellboy movie and it's like...
Oh, I think I learned that like yesterday.
Yeah.
Direct to streaming, I guess.
Where is it out?
I saw an ad for it on Prime or something, one of the streaming things we were looking at. So I assume so.
Okay, because I know that story, The Crooked Man, because it takes place in Appalachia.
Yeah, I think it's an actual pretty straight adaptation of that story.
And
so it does make me curious.
Yeah, and on the, I guess the horror discussion, I feel like that they really should have leaned in to the horror elements of Hellboy and BPRD instead of like the action comic book.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I feel like that Hellboy has been maybe not necessarily not properly adapted, but what is it? David Harper? Am I getting the actor right from like Stranger Things? Harper.
David Harper.
Okay. I don't know if you've seen that one. That one was not good.
I didn't, because I heard it was not good.
Like really, really bad. And it like there's no telling.
Oh, I'm more interested.
Yeah, it's just there's no way that movie didn't like set piles of money on fire because it was so like effects heavy. And you know, I do realize that, you know, you need special effects to make a movie, but you could build up to that, like, and make more movies. Shit, you could probably put out a Hellboy movie out every fucking year, and it would probably do a lot of money.
I mean, if you're talking about using like horror movie budgets,
Yeah.
you really could.
Or put it on
Much
fucking
cheaper
Netflix and, make an anthology series, essentially.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Give it to Mike Flanagan, Netflix.
I'd watch that.
But it would get canceled after one season.
Yeah. Due to whatever obscure arcane metric they use.
I don't understand
The
things.
casting of bones or something. They have an old wizard. An old wizard who decides what is and isn't canceled. He just rambles about the threads of fate must not be severed.
And the globalists.
Let's defy the globalists. He's a wizard.
He makes the decisions around here.
I don't know where he came from,
He
what his name is.
he wants to be referred to as the Grand Wizard.
Don't know what that means.
But like, it's really frustrating because there's like, I feel like there's a lot of properties that like, particularly the fans of those properties, like Hellboy or like Stephen King has come back around, and there's the kind of like Stephen King renaissance, but they just can't make a Dark Tower movie.
Yeah.
Which I've not seen that movie, but I've heard it's bad.
Same.
Yeah, and I feel like the Dark Tower has a bit of a Dune problem.
Mm-hmm.
That like even Stephen King is like the first book is not as great, but if you streamed that, you could just have that one episode of Roland walking, it might go down better.
Yeah. I mean, you could make that work. There are ways.
Or also, you Game of Thrones it and just skip to other characters over and over again, or whatever. It's not my job to come up with this. Get on it, Netflix.
Yeah, adaptations.
Yeah, so you do have to change some stuff.
You think to make it work.
Yeah. That's a werewolf. Oh, we got two groups. Oh God, we're fighting fascism in the past. Also, I want Mike Flanagan. I want Kevin Feige to hire Mike Flanagan to do Midnight Suns.
Oh, yeah. Do something.
Because I do think that Marvel needs some help.
Clearly.
Marvel needs some help. And if they're going to do the spoopy Avengers and, Blade and all that stuff, they need to actually put some horror in that. And yeah, I had a very similar experience like when I watched Hush as when I watched like Blue Velvet. Like I couldn't not cast Midnight Suns with like his cast of people. And just really just go all out and just like you can like from Fall of House of Usher, you've already got Carla what's her face playing a Death. Let's get Death in the Marvel universe. We didn't just have her play that character again.
there's definitely space for like, horror superhero.
Yeah, I mean, like just go all the fuck out on it. You get oh god, Mark Hamill can play Mephisto. Just tell him to not be too much of the Joker. Just do that. Live action, I don't care. He can just play the lawyer. He can just play that lawyer character.
He was really good in that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we gonna die. I feel like gushing about Mike Flanagan is something I just do on stream. It's like bitching about my student loans.
Fair enough. We got all the roads here.
Oh god. Oh Lord. I'm gonna need my judgment to come back. Oh shit, all of my fucking toggles are off. Well, that's a problem.
That's right.
We got a Romulus on the run. You know what? Fuck that guy. Oh, I was going to be so awesome if I actually sniped him. Piñata! Yeah, he does keep getting back up.
How embarrassing.
Butter. Well, that's a Ricky Essence, or a Nictus Essence, whatever. I don't entirely know, like, the ins and outs of this boss. I just know that everybody takes him around to, like, a corner and then fights him. Oh, shit. I don't really know the benefits of doing that, considering we seem to do okay fighting him.
Yeah.
Is he getting back up? Yep.
Come on. It's a few ones away.
You know, all this exploding and shaking and the colors and so forth, and it's still not as abrasive as that first Halloween movie.
No.
Even with all the like big beefy Roman legion like screaming at me. Did we get him? We did.
Right.
I will get merit rewards. Yay! Alright, I'm
What's
in.
Ancient Nictus Fragment do for me?
I'd get the merit.
Okay.
Alright, so that is that. Oh dear. Alright, I guess everybody's ejecting. Alright, you eject and reform. Maybe trick-or-treating is going on. Did I get anything good? No. I got a blood mandate. Awesome. Oh. You want to try to do the trick-or-treating until we got to stop?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time, but
Okay.
let's do it.
Or we can just do a mission or something. Just do a mission or two. That'll probably be a wiser use of time.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay. I give you invite. You're already on a team. You got to leave the team.
Oh. Correct.
Okay. Have I got any missions? No. Do something. All right. You ready for invite?
Yeah.
Okay. I will invite you. I need to turn my notoriety down. Sure. +2. We don't go nuts. We can just go to Granville and do a couple paper missions until we got to call it.
Okay.
That'll work. All right, I will go to Supergroup and go to Granville. I do have a couple, like, I fucking hate NPR stories if you want to hear them.
Okay.
God. Okay, so how do I put this? I've come to the conclusion that NPR is trying to give like just a tidbit of information because like people are driving. Like I get that they can't go like really in depth on like a particular story. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I get that. But like it's just kind of in this particular era you can listen to so much stuff. Like you can have like the podcasts and so forth that I listen to can go like so in depth on any given like topic.
Hmm.
And also the fact that like NPR does not like openly ridicule Elon Musk, it where he is kind of universally made fun of, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Or definitely in the media circles where the youngins hang out, you know,
Yeah.
the young 43-year-olds and under. I mean, so I feel like there's just a little bit of like there's just we're just different. Like the places where I get my information from are just different. And it's not just the like centrism and like trying to both sides things, or, you know, just inform. Like if NPR was going to do a segment, like I keep thinking, like, where's the thesis in this? Like, what is the function of this? Is it purely to just inform? And that's what it feels like it is. And like it just kind of doesn't seem like there's a point to it. And the reason I'm bringing up Elon Musk is because they talked about his fucking Cybercabs. Yes. And so they had a tech reporter talking about how the Cybercabs have room for like 2 passengers. So they're making coffins that, you know, can fit 2 people now. And I say that because there's no steering wheel, there's no like conventional automobile controls in there. And
seems fine.
It like redundancy is a problem if you're thinking about cutting costs, not if you're trying to make something safe.
Yeah.
And that's the problem from having things regulated and like made by the government, you know, like a public good versus we're trying to cut costs to maximize profit.
Yeah.
And I really feel like, you know, I'm not a genius. I'm not like super smart, but I'm not dumb. Like and it's like I'm not a reporter on NPR. Like why? Like they didn't say anything. At least at the point in time when I was listening to this, they didn't say anything about safety or trust in Elon Musk as a disruptor, as an innovator, as a whatever. It's like I'm just envisioning these Johnny Cabs without Robert Picardo. I mean, if it gets in and it says "hell of a day" and Robert Picardo's in there, then I'm sold. But until then, I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Well, you'll just get in there and then just Elon Musk's face will pop up and he'll ask you how many children you've had today.
Have you populated the white race today? As he jumps in the air, it's just going to be like a weight screen. Like it's going to be just him jumping up in the air. Have you contributed to Donald Trump's re-election campaign? Are you saving democracy?
And then it goes over a guardrail off a cliff. Explodes. Lands on an orphanage.
I got a free Taylor session. Awesome.
Even in Star Trek, like everything had like a manual override.
Yes, redundancy, because safety was the concern, not cost.
Right. You know, kind of important.
and it's like there's just I'm assuming a touch screen in the front, and then just 2 seats in the back. Like I'm envisioning that there should be some mechanism for taking control by a human. Like that's just kind of my thinking.
Yeah, it's kind of insanely arrogant because there is nothing on planet Earth that functions fully autonomously.
Yeah.
With no option for human intervention.
Yeah. Where did you
nothing.
go?
That's a really good question.
Are you up?
I went up. I think I went up some stairs.
Okay. I'm coming. I'm following the sound of thunder.
These guys are beating the hell out of me.
Oh, you went up. Okay, I'm coming. Like, there was a documentary on, I think, Hulu that went into a couple of deaths from autonomous Teslas.
Mm-hmm.
And like what happened was, and my knee-jerk reaction is to say confused, but these things don't get confused because that implies some level of cognition.
Yeah.
The sensors misinterpreted semi-truck trailers as covered bridges.
Cool.
So a couple of people died who believed in Teslas so much that they let them drive themselves around, and they ended up underneath semi-trucks.
Yeah. Because the robot just augured the back of the truck, I guess.
Up under, like they went underneath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they just, yeah. Then I really feel like no one is asking that question, and it really bothers me that no one is like are these things safe? And it makes me think that like the public is just beta testing these fucking things.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But you know, Marketplace Tech on NPR isn't asking the hard-hitting questions.
No, they're just doing tech boosterism.
Yeah, they're just feeding where the money's going right now.
Yeah.
So numbers go up.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Here, wait a minute. I can do this. I'm a doctor.
Doc.
That guy had a purple in him. He got gravitational anchor. Chance for hold. Woo!
Yeah,
Marketplace
kind of like
Tech is bullshit.
Crypto.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I just cut you off.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. So it's kind of like when everyone was talking about crypto and nobody was being very critical of it. They were just boosting it
Yes.
because some people saw it as a chance to make free money.
Yes. Like a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme or whatever. Just whatever.
Only at least, Buttcoin or whatever isn't going to drive you underneath a semi-truck.
Yeah, it's not going to kill you. It's just going to rob you.
Yeah. You'll live. You'll lose your life savings or whatever, but you'll be alive.
Maybe you just get robbed a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't put everything in Buttcoin. Diversitize.
Diversitize your coins.
God,
Flip a
I
coin,
can't see
flip a
anything.
coin.
Oh, you're about to die
God,
again.
ugh.
All right.
These guys really clobber me.
You got to work on your enhancement homework. I get you. You need an awaken, or I'm still a doctor.
Yeah, I need something. Dr. Goblin.
Yep. You need greens or blues. I got like a metric ton of them.
Yeah, I could use some greens. I'm burning through them pretty fast.
There you go.
What kind of damage do these guys do?
Dark and
Okay.
probably some fire too. They debuff you, so it's harder for you to hit them after you get hit. The ghosts do that, so that's that dark melee bullshit. I'm gonna assassinate a large demon.
Just kind of run in here and look at everyone. While they knock off half my hit points instantly.
This is a clicky, or do I attack it? Do I attack this thing? Apparently, yes. Are you gonna blow up and kill me?
No.
Longbow! G.I. Joe!
Who else the body missile?
God. Oh, there's a...
Kids these days, they don't know about Fendler films.
Do what now?
That was those G.I. Joe PSAs.
Oh, yeah.
That was the pre-YouTube days.
Did I just fucking whiff? Yay. Eject.
Alright, I probably should call it.
Okay. Alright, I will click the button. Where's the button? Alright. Bye, everybody.